Slow motion beats no motion. Small numbers add up. When you appreciate the walk, when you appreciate the jog, you'll be fast paced in that run, but you have to appreciate the walk first. You have to appreciate the slow motion first. Okay? You have to learn the technique so you can perfect the technique so you don't fuck your life up. Appreciate the slow motion. Slow motion beats no motion. Okay? Small numbers add up. Appreciate that. So when you get to your big goal, you can appreciate your big goal, because so many people are out here trying to get to the big goal and not appreciating the walk and learning the technique, that they're fucking up their life. You don't want to fuck up your life. I just left the gym if I'm looking crazy, but you know, we was doing numbers, so that's okay. But yes, I want to talk about how slow motion beats no motion, how small numbers still add up. A lot of us are doubting what we are doing in life because we're still going in slow motion. Now, I don't recommend going in slow motion all your life. You're going to have to gain some momentum. But if you're just starting out, you're trying to figure things out, slow motion is better than no motion. When you're first starting in the gym, you're going to have to go a little bit slower and work on your form instead of going full throttle. You're going to have to do things slower so you can make sure you're doing it right. Also, when in the gym, you're going to lift smaller until you lift bigger. That's just part of it. Like, you're not going to walk into the gym and then just pick up like a 100-pound dumbbell and just start lifting that shit. I mean, if you can, kudos to you, but you know, you got to start small to get up there. You know what I'm saying? Oftentimes we compare ourselves and we're like, dang, like this person is just doing outstanding, hella numbers. Like, look at them, whether it be the gym, whether it be money, whether it be their business, when they had to start somewhere. The number was small. Most of the time the number was small, and they had to work their way up to where they want to be. I remember I took Tai Chi, and when I first went into the class, we started off very slow. Tai Chi is the movement is very like flowy when you're doing Tai Chi. It's not super fast at first. When you're doing Tai Chi, you have to take your time and go slow motion. I think I have a video that I can insert, that I'm about to insert right now.
Good. Knee comes up. I want to crack. Knee go. You are too. Down and forward.
Okay.
Turn the palms. Elbow, left elbow. Yeah. Shift forward.
But as you can see in the video, we are going slow. We are working on the technique. When you're in slow motion, a lot of times you're working on the technique, because that is important. You can't just go super fast and miss the technique. A lot of times when you go in slow motion, you have to get the technique right. I just remember doing Tai Chi and we're just like doing the technique, and at the end we're like, ha! And it was just like, it was fucking dope. But yeah, like, you have to get the technique right. We did it like, so we did the same thing over and over and over and over. And when I mastered one part, when I mastered the small number, the number got bigger. When I mastered the first part of what he was teaching me in Tai Chi, then we moved on to the second part, and then we did those two together. And then after I mastered those two, we went on to the third part, and then we did those three together, and we practiced over and over and over again until I mastered the third, until I mastered the fourth part. And then we got into the whole movement. Because at first I'm like, what's going on? Like, this is it? And then he's like, oh, we got another part, and then we have another part. And then when we put all of it together, I'm just like, oh, like, I see what you're doing. But we had to start small before we got to the biggest thing. We had to start small until we got to the ending. So slow motion beats no motion. Small numbers add up. You have to start small before you get to the big shit. You know what I'm saying? You have to start small until you get to the big shit. And that shit's a part of it. So many of us are in a rush to get to the big thing instead of going through the small numbers, instead of doing the slow motion first so you can perfect it and perfect the technique to get it right. You'll be surprised how many people is going in on fast motion and doing these big numbers and doing that shit wrong. A lot of people are just going fast, fucking up their shoulder, going fast, fucking up their life. A lot of people don't know how to appreciate the walk, appreciate the slow motion, appreciate the small numbers. And when you appreciate the small numbers and the slow motion, the more you will appreciate when you get to that big goal. The more you will appreciate when you get to that big goal, when you appreciate the small steps, the small motion, the slow motion, the small numbers, you will appreciate when you get to that big goal. So I just want to encourage y'all to take it slow. Do small numbers. Get your technique right so you can do it right. You want to get your technique right so you can do it right instead of rushing and doing shit wrong. Don't rush, baby. Do it right. Don't rush. Do it right. Do it right for you. Don't try to be like everybody else and rush to get to it and hurry up and get to the big goal. No. Learn the technique. Learn yourself. Appreciate the walk. Get in tune with the technique. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate the slow motion until you go fast pace. And when you go fast pace, you'll be like, man, I can do this shit because I know how to do it slow. I perfected it slow. So again, I just want to encourage y'all to appreciate those small numbers until you get to your big goal. So thank you for watching, and Blossom outie.